Hello, today I am coming with the topic called as an pollination. Okay, you can see here it is a 5th standard ICSE, means actually it's a basic thing. In your next standards also you can see this pollination, but the basic thing we can study, that is in the 5th standard, that is what the pollination. No one knows what is a pollination, but I can tell you one thing: the flower is totally linked to the pollination. So first thing what means, we have to learn what is a flower, then seriously we'll come to know that one what is a pollination. So first let me come across the flower. You can see I have divided into the two parts. In that you can see my first thing, it is a two rows. I have made it here as a two rows. Okay, see, two rows means the two things that actually you can see in the flower. Okay, I'll explain the two rules, then you'll come to know that what I have written here. My first rule I have written here is to attract the insects. Okay, I surely can tell you that the flower will attract the insect. Whenever we go to the garden, we can see on the flower there will be one insect that will be sitting on that one. Okay, we have seen many times, and even in movies we can see that things. So that is what we surely know, this role to attract the insect. And now I'm coming with the other one point. See, some of them might be knowing, whenever I take some seeds from the flower, okay, in the mid of the flower you can see the seeds. Okay, whenever I take that one and I put it on the mud, okay, inside the mud the new plant can be grown. That is what I have given here to form the seeds that grow into the new plant. Taking the seeds of the flower and placing that one inside the mud so that it grows into a new plant. These are the 2 points. This thing I will leave it out because I doesn't know what is a pollination only. Then how come I can tell this? So I'll tell only this much: to attract the insect that already known to us, and then to form the seeds that grow into the new plant. That also I can tell you because the seeds will be taken from the flower only. Now I'm coming with the 4 parts of the flower. You can see here I'm coming with the 4 parts of the flower. Okay, what are that 4 parts? One is the sepal, other one is the petal, the third one is the stamen, and then you can see the kernel. Okay, see, flower means I know that flower, but I seriously know that I doesn't know that the flower is divided into 4 parts. We don't have that idea, but surely I can tell you that there are 4 parts, and I have given the different names. That is also called, the sepal is called as an calyx, petal is called as corolla, stamen is called androecium, kernel is called gypoecium. Okay, these are the 4 parts. Okay, but instead of including all this, it's very difficult to pronounce also. I can tell you sepal, petal, stamen, kernel. Okay, so totally in flower we have the 4 parts. Now I'm going to explain the each part. Okay, my first part I'm explaining sepal. Now we will understand that where actually the sepal is there. I know the flower, but which is the sepal we doesn't know. See, whenever there is a bud means what? Means still flower is not totally clear. The flower will not be totally clear. It will be just like bud. Okay, it will be a bud. Okay, for that bud means still next day if you see, the flower will be totally like spread out, the petals will spread out. Still that the petals will be totally closed, and you can see that we call as a bud. And the bud fully surroundings, you can see there is a greeny leaf. Okay, the greeny leaf, in the mid you will see the bud, and in that bud all the petals will be like a closed. That is what we call as an bud. Okay, so that greeny leaf which is covered that bud, no, there will be a greeny leaf. Okay, which has covered this bud. In Kannada we call that one as a moggu. Okay, moggu it is called. Okay, that which greeny leaf it has been covered, that green leaf we call as an sepals. Okay, the green leaf like structure. Okay, the green leaf, and it is just like a structure. Okay, the green leaf what it is there, and you can see at the base of the flower, because the bud base only means the down bottom you can see this green leaf. So we call this one as a green leaf like structure at the base of the flower. That one thing. And then bud is totally protected and it is covered by this green leaf only. That we can seriously accept. By this green leaf only the total bud is being protected, and also it is covered. So I can tell these 2 points about the sepal. What the bud is there, that green leaf what it has been covered, that is what we call as an sepals. And then it is covered and also it is protected from this green leaf. So that green leaf is only sepals. Okay, clear with sepal. And sepal is also called as an calyx, means the bud means where the petals are totally closed, still it is not opened, that type of bud, totally surrounding closed green leafy, that green leafy is called as an sepals, which is also known as calyx. Now the sepal is totally cleared. Now I'm coming with my next point, that is what is this petals. I think petals, you people surely know that one. Whenever in the flower we see everywhere there will be petals. For example, if I have a rose, in rose so many petals are there. Yes, right? Okay, that is what we consider as an petals. But anyhow, I'll just explain you what actually the petals is. You can see here what actually the petals is. Okay, you can observe here, I have given here that is as in petals. Okay, which is also called as in corolla. Okay, uh, this insect is totally attracted by these petals only. Okay, the rose, you can see the rose petals. I think you people have the idea about it. So it helps to attract the insects. Yes, that petals, what is it, that will only helps to attract the insects. And then the petals will be colorful. In different flower we have a different color. Yes, it's colorful. And the flowers will always smell because of these petals, because petals have a sweet smelling. Petals have a sweet smelling, and petals are very colorful, and this will also help to attract the insects. That is a reason this is what we call as in petals, or it might be corolla. Very easy to explain the petals, so not needed to give us more explanation because most of them know what is a petal. But I can say petal is very colorful and will also smells very good, and insects will get attracted because of these petals. Now let me come for my third point. I'm coming with my third one, stamen. Okay, stamen we call this the androecium, and I can tell you one thing: the stamen, this petals and also sepals you can see everywhere. Means all the flowers it will be available, but the stamen is not like that. You can't observe in all the this one flowers. But I'll explain you what actually this stamen is. Okay, if you have seen some of the flowers, we can see the stamen, but I can tell you stamen is also called as an androecium, and stamen we call as a male part of the flower. Okay, stamen is always considers the content of male. That is the reason we call this one as a male part of the flower. And in the stamen you can see two parts are there in the stamen. One is the filament and other one is the anther. Okay, one is the filament, other one is the anther. Now I am coming with the filament. First I am coming with the filament. See, in the filament, what is this filament? That's one question. It will appear in our mind. Okay, see, there are some flowers like hibiscus. I can give an example of hibiscus, or it might be rose also. You have a petals, but in between you will see one yellow type of thing in between that rose petals, that yellow powder type you will see. Okay, that is what it is, anther. Okay, in all the flowers you can't see, in some of the flowers you can see. So lily also I can give the example. When you see in the between you can see this yellow powder. Okay, that we call as an anther. And in that yellow powder inside we have one stick. Okay, it is a stick, long stick inside that. Okay, that we call as an filament. Yellow powder what you see, and then flower you have one stick, no, that yellow powder is totally connected to that stick. When you pick it up, okay, you also get a stick. When I pick it up, the rose, yes, right, that stick we consider as a filament. And then rose between petals, between that you have yellow type of one content. It will be very soft. We call that one as an anther. Okay, you can see that it will be there. Rose petals, if you observe between that you can see this yellow type of thing, that we call as an anther, and that all connected to a stick. Okay, inside that there is one stick, that we call as an filament. Okay, see, this is what stamen, and in all the flowers you can't see the stamen. Stamen, it is a male content. It has two parts. One is a filament and other one anther. If I see a rose petals, between that I have yellow type of thing. Especially you can see in hibiscus flowers, lily flower and all, some type of soft thing. So that we call as an yellow type of powder. That is what anther, and that is connected inside to one stick, and that stick is going to be the filament. So this is about the stamen, and you can't see in all the flowers. Now I'll come across the next one. It is a carpel. Okay, carpel also it is same thing. Actually that carpel is also not so much of easy thing. That is what I can tell you. Okay, the carpel we call this one as a gynoecium. It is called as a gynoecium. Okay, in the gynoecium The female part of the flower, see, the stamen is the male part of the flower, carpel is the female part of the flower because it has all female contents. Okay, and then see, in the red rose, in the mid, I told that there is a yellow type of powder, but in between that there is one part, center. That center point of the rose, we call that one as an carpel. Okay, that what yellow type of soft powder is there, between that there is one center point, that is called carpel. Okay, in the carpel you have three parts, and carpel is also not found in all the types of flowers. Carpel and stamen, male and female part, you can't find in all the types of flowers, but in some of the parts flowers we can find that one. So I can tell you that totally there are three parts, there are totally three parts. See, what you will see, that center point of that rose, no, that is little bit sticky. The center point of that rose, it is very sticky part. Okay, there only some pollen will grow. You may be thinking, what is this pollen? Pollen means it is one type of a very sweety thing. Okay, center of the rose, there is one small point, there is center point, that is what we consider as a stigma. Okay, it's totally carpel, but mean that center point we call as a stigma, and it will be very sticky, and on which the pollen will fall. Pollen means sweet. That is a reason insect will come and sit on that rose. Now I think it's clear that why the insect will come and sit on the rose. The main reason why they come and sit on the rose is because of this pollen. Pollen means it is a very sweet substance, and in the rose petals, in the between, in the center point, you can see rosin, and that center point is totally covered with yellow powder. That is what we call as an anther. That is what I explained to you in the stamen. But the sticky point, the main point what it is there, that we call as a stigma. But for that also there is inside one stick, one long tube type is there. Okay, that long tube, what it is there, that long tube is connecting this stigma, that we call as a style. Okay, it is a long tube. Okay, you can see that it is a filament. How it is a big stick, it will connect that yellow powder. Here also same thing, stigma is connected with a long tube. There it is a stick, here it is a long tube type, it is going to connect, and this we consider as a style. It is called as a style. So stigma and style is clear. And down at the bottom part, you can't see that bottom part because it will be inside that stick. Okay, that is what we call as an ovary. Okay, in the rose petal, in the mid center point is called as a stigma. It is very sticky, and that is connected to tube inside, that is what the style, and that is going to end with the ovary. And this ovary, what, no, it can develop the fruit. You can see some of the flowers will give the fruits, yes, right? So this ovary, it will develop the fruits because ovary contains ovules. Okay, this ovules, what it will do means it will turn some seeds, fruit seeds. So because of that seeds only, it is going to contain the fruits. So the center point is very sticky, it has a sweet substance that is called stigma, and this has inside one long tube where you can't see that it is inside the flower. So that is what we call style, and that is connected to the tip point, that is what ovary, which is going to contain the ovals. So it has developed into and it has some seeds that will develop the fruits. I think totally clear with this flower, the four parts also. I think you are totally clear about it. I'm going to tell sepal, the bud which is going to cover that green leaf, petals, already clear what the rose petals you see, stamen and kernel you can't find in all the types of flowers. In some of the flowers only you can find it, but I can tell in the petals, in the between you have some yellow type of powder, that is what stamen, and then between that yellow powder there is one center point of the flower, that is what we consider as in kernel. In the kernel, that center point, we have three parts. Center point will be stigma, inside the tube will be the style, and it will end with the ovary. But here yellow powder is called as an anther, and yellow powder is connected to a long stick, that is what we consider as a filament. Okay, I think totally clear with the flower today. The flower, the four parts, I think it is totally clear. This is the part 1 of the pollination, and then I'm going to continue the part 2, that is in the next video. Okay, be clear totally with these four parts. If you are clear with the four parts, you can seriously understand what is the pollination. Thank you.